Seth Rollins returns. Stephanie McMahon reveals she suffered a miscarriage. Stephanie McMahon on almost losing Triple H. WWE banned John Cena from using a deadly finisher. John Cena turns heel in his last match. Rhea Ripley booked in a lesbian angle. A fired star files a petition against WWE. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns bid goodbye in an emotional video. The WWE believes Bron Breakker is the company's long-term top star. CM Punk strongly backs Logan Paul despite fan backlash. Let's dive right in. Stephanie McMahon reveals she suffered a miscarriage. Stephanie McMahon got deeply personal on the latest episode of her What's Your Story podcast, revealing for the first time that she suffered a miscarriage. The conversation happened during a sit-down with Natalya, who appeared on the episode to promote her memoir. Natalya opened up about the struggles her father, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, went through due to head trauma, which deeply affected his mental health. That prompted Stephanie to share her own experience with loss and grief, one that she believes too many women keep to themselves. "I had a miscarriage at one point and it's devastating," McMahon said. "You never really know until you tell someone that you had a miscarriage, and then you find out tons of women that you know who have had miscarriages. And it's just something we don't share that I think if we did talk about more, it would be helpful." Stephanie explained that sharing pain is part of what connects people, and that acknowledging hardship can make others feel less alone. From a mental health standpoint as well, it's very hard to go through that. When you find out that people you love, relate to, look up to, that really, truly, we all have problems. We're here to help one another, because at the end of the day, all we have is each other. McMahon's history of support during difficult times was also mentioned. When Carmella experienced pregnancy loss a few years ago, the former WWE star said McMahon reached out several times and was so supportive throughout her healing process. Stephanie and her husband, Paul Triple H Levesque, are parents to 3 daughters, now ages 19, 17, and 15. While she's kept many personal matters private over the years, this emotional moment marked a rare glimpse into her life outside the WWE spotlight. Opening up about such a deeply personal loss takes courage, and Stephanie McMahon's honesty may offer comfort to countless women who've gone through the same thing. Do you think Stephanie sharing her story will encourage more openness around miscarriage and mental health? Stephanie McMahon on almost losing Triple H. Stephanie McMahon opened up in a vulnerable moment, revealing how her husband Triple H's terrifying heart issue completely shifted her perspective on what truly matters. While speaking with Natalya on her What's Your Story podcast about trauma, family, and the emotional toll of wrestling life, Stephanie got personal about the time she nearly lost Paul Levesque, better known to WWE fans as Triple H. She explained that the situation forced her to reevaluate everything in her life, including the things she once stressed over in her marriage. "When I almost lost Paul, that's my husband, that's my everything. It just really reframed my whole perspective on what mattered. And I don't really care if he takes out the trash or not. It's been enough time now where I'm starting to get annoyed again." Stephanie didn't shy away from how serious the health scare was. The heart condition her husband suffered from has a nickname that speaks volumes. It's called the Widowmaker, for a reason. Triple H experienced a cardiac event in 2021 that forced him into retirement from in-ring competition. Since then, he's taken on a lead role behind the scenes in WWE, while Stephanie has stepped back from her corporate duties briefly. Still, the couple remains deeply involved in each other's lives and the wrestling world. And now we know just how close Stephanie came to facing the unthinkable. This honest reflection shows the human side of one of WWE's most powerful couples. Sometimes, it takes a life-altering moment to strip everything down to what's really important. Have you ever experienced a health scare that changed the way you look at life or relationships? Share your story in the comments. We want to hear how it shaped you. WWE banned John Cena from using a deadly finisher. John Cena wanted to use a popular but deadline wrestling move as his finisher in his retirement tour. He had pitched the idea to the WWE creative team, but received a thumbs down. It was the infamous heart punch, which Cena wanted to use as a finisher in his final year in WWE. The move carries a dark history in the wrestling industry. It was used by the late wrestler Ox Baker, and he was known for using it to render his opponents unconscious during matches. It became famous after the death of wrestler Alberto Torres in 1971. During a match in Nebraska, Torres collapsed after getting hit with the heart punch from Baker. 3 days later, he died in the hospital. The official cause of his death was a ruptured appendix, but the wrestling promotion used it to build Ox Baker's heel character, claiming that the move from Baker led to Torres's death. Apart from Torres, another wrestler, Ray Gunkel, died after a match with Ox Baker. Although the cause of the death was arteriosclerosis, the heart punch was blamed and used in kayfabe to further solidify Ox Baker's heel character. Cena wanted to bring back this iconic move, but wasn't allowed to. During a recent appearance on Chris Van Vliet's show, Insight, John Cena said that the creative team didn't allow him to use this move because the company didn't think it was going to work. "That whole heart punch idea you had, it's probably not going to work," Cena said. John Cena said that he was looking for ways to adapt his in-ring style to match his physical capabilities, and also wanted to offer something new to the audience. However, he accepted the company's decision on it gracefully and adjusted his performance accordingly. "Okay, let's go. I think I can ride this out," he said. Moreover, this isn't the first time John Cena has tried to do something new. In 2018, he introduced his lightning fist finisher, also called the 6th move of doom. The theatrical back fist strike was developed with the Jackie Chan stunt team, and Cena introduced it at Super Showdown in Australia in 2018. However, this wasn't a controversial and risky move, and Cena has used it only on a few occasions. John Cena will square off against Gunther in his final match in WWE on December 13th at Saturday night's main event in Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. Several big names are rumored to show up at the Final Testament players' last match. Former WWE Chairman Vince McMahon and U.S. President Donald Trump are rumored to be present at the arena. Their names haven't been confirmed and are only speculated. However, a few big names like former WWE co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and Hall of Famer Jesse Ventura have been confirmed for SNME. It will be interesting to see how the promotion makes John Cena's last day in wrestling a special one. John Cena turns heel in his last match. John Cena's year-long farewell tour is set to conclude in just a few days. The franchise player will compete in his final match at Saturday night's main event against Gunther. The ring general won the last time is now tournament in a dominant fashion and has vowed to make Cena tap out on December 13th. The Austrian star is a formidable opponent, known for making his opponents surrender with his sheer physicality. Despite being one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time, Cena will go on in his last match as the underdog. That said, in an attempt to beat Gunther, the GOAT may pull off a controversial stunt. During the bout on Saturday, Cena could hit the ring general below the belt, momentarily turning heel. Earlier this year, the 17-time world champion shockingly embraced his dark side at Elimination Chamber, Toronto. Cena hit a low blow to Cody Rhodes before brutally attacking him. During his heel run, the last real champion didn't shy away from going low to gain the upper hand over his opponents and win matches. However, the Cenation leader reverted to the babyface character that everyone knows and loves on the SmackDown before SummerSlam 2025. While the current version of John Cena would not utilize any dirty tactics, he could hit a low blow to Gunther during his last match as a nod to his heel run. His brief time as a villain may not have been received well by the audience, but it was certainly a bold move, and Cena has stated that he gave everything he had to make it work. It may not have been effective, but the GOAT has owned up to his failure. As an acknowledgement of his effort, John Cena could turn heel against the ring general this Saturday, just for a moment, and hit a low blow. If Cena does pull this off, he will likely get cheered by the WWE Universe this time around, potentially creating a viral moment. That said, this scenario is only speculative at this point, and nothing has been confirmed. The Rock played an integral role in John Cena's shocking heel turn at Elimination Chamber, Toronto. Fans were hoping to see the final boss continue his alliance with Cena on screen, but the Brahma Bull hasn't appeared on television since. That said, the 17-time world champion recently acknowledged The Rock with an Instagram post after the Samoan was nominated for the Golden Globe Awards. The Great One responded to Cena's gesture with a comment under the post. "Love you, man. And as you know, always grateful for all you've done for the business we love. You are truly the GOAT. Bring your moonshine. I'll bring the tequila." It will be interesting to see if The Rock makes an appearance during John Cena's retirement at Saturday night's main event 42. Rhea Ripley booked in a lesbian angle. WWE's booking of Rhea Ripley has been brought into question by a veteran. The Eradicator didn't compete on Raw this week, but was in Sky's corner for her match against Kairi Sane. Ripley cut off interference from Asuka to help Sky pick up the win as they target the Women's Tag Team Championship. However, Vince Russo has questioned the booking of the former Women's World Champion and Sky. Speaking on his Vince Russo's The Brand podcast, the former WWE writer said he didn't understand which direction the promotion was taking with the Nightmare. He also questioned her getting cozy with the Genius of the Sky. I want to say two things about that. First of all, Big Bad Mommy, or whatever she calls herself. Big Bad Mommy is slapping hands with the fans. Then, bro, again, she goes in the ring, and like her and Sky, they are putting their faces. I swear to God, I am not kidding, bro. Is this going to turn into a lesbian angle? He said. Russo implied that he has a hard time understanding what the creative team is doing with two of its top female stars. Between these two, they're doing everything but freaking kissing these two. Like, what is going on here? Is that what people are into? He added. While Ripley and Sky are portrayed as intense characters, both seemed in a rather friendly mood on Monday. Sky hugged her former foe during her entrance, and both did Sky's emote before and after the match. At Survivor Series, Rhea Ripley and Sky teamed up with Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, and AJ Lee to take on the Kabuki Warriors, Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and Becky Lynch in a War Games match. The match had many entertaining moments, with Sky hitting her famous trash can spot from the top of the cage. The babyfaces prevailed after AJ Lee made Becky Lynch tap out to secure the win for her team. It now remains to be seen what's next for Rhea Ripley and Sky on Raw in the coming weeks. A fired star files a petition against WWE. A star has been involved in a dispute with WWE. He has now filed a petition against his former employers as the conflict has escalated. The name in question is Jinder Mahal, who now goes by the in-ring name Raj Desi. Mahal filed to trademark the Maharaja name with the United States Patent and Trademark Office in April 2024, but his application was rejected on November 15, 2024. This was likely due to WWE's trademark of the name, which has been active since 2017. His application was turned down again by USPTO in June this year. However, Mahal isn't giving up his claim to the Maharaja name. It has emerged that he filed a petition for cancellation against the sports entertainment giant's trademark of the Maharaja on December 4, 2025. In the petition, the former U.S. champion has argued that he began using the Maharaja in 2015 when he was away from WWE, while the promotion didn't file to trademark until April 2017. He has also claimed WWE filed their trademark under false pretenses. The TKO-owned promotion has until February 3, 2026 to respond to Mahal's petition. petition. Jinder Mahal made his WWE debut in 2011, and his first stint lasted for 3 years before being let go. During this time, the former 3MB member contemplated whether he should continue wrestling. In an interview with Click and Tell, he mentioned that he was reconsidering his in-ring career before WWE called him. He was re-signed by the promotion in 2016 and went on to have a much more successful run than his first stint. During this time, he won the company's top prize and won the US title at WrestleMania 34. He was released for a second time in 2024. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns bid goodbye in an emotional video. Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns featured in an emotional WWE video bidding goodbye. The two stars were among the many names who paid their respects to a departing legend. WWE recently uploaded a video of stars bidding farewell to John Cena ahead of his final match on Saturday. The video featured moments that the 17-time world champion shared in the ring with his rivals over the years, and many names were seen copying his signature moves as a tribute. The likes of Cody Rhodes, AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, and others were seen doing his trademark salute, as well as his "you can't see me" gesture. Toward the end of the clip, Brock Lesnar is shown holding up a card that reads, "I can see you," while Roman Reigns shows a "thank you, John" card to the camera. As the champ closes his in-ring chapter with WWE, the two stars have shown their respect for the icon. Over the years, the Beast and the OTC1 have been two of Cena's biggest rivals with memorable matches on the biggest stages. In fact, the never-seen 17 faced Lesnar during his retirement tour at WrestlePalooza, though the match was heavily criticized by fans and experts. The match between the two storied rivals at WrestlePalooza fell well short of expectations. The Beast incarnate dominated the encounter with a barrage of suplexes and F5s, winning the bout in under 10 minutes. This outcome didn't sit well with the fans, given that John Cena had just turned back into a babyface. During an appearance on Insight with Chris Van Vliet, Cena explained why the match was booked this way. He said it helped re-establish the Conqueror as a force and to create a mountain for someone to climb down the road. He also hinted that Brock Lesnar could retire at SummerSlam next year, which will be held in Minnesota. The WWE believes Bron Breakker is the company's long-term top star. Bron Breakker's star power isn't just rising, it's skyrocketing. According to Bodyslam.net, WWE higher-ups firmly believe that Breakker is the next true big star and see him as a long-term face of the company. One source went so far as to compare his future to that of Roman Reigns, saying Breakker could be a Roman Reigns type of superstar who leads WWE for years to come. It's not just talk. Breakker is reportedly a frontrunner to win the 2026 Royal Rumble and go on to capture the World Heavyweight Championship next year. After headlining Survivor Series War Games, pinning CM Punk, and shaking off a terrifying fall mid-match, Breakker has clearly earned major trust from WWE's top brass. They're not just booking him strong, they're preparing to build the company around him. If WWE really is grooming Bron Breakker to be the next Roman Reigns, the message is clear. This isn't just a push, it's a coronation in the making. From brutal spears to main event wins, Breakker's already proving he can hang with the biggest names. Now the only question is, how soon before he runs the whole show? Is WWE right to put this level of trust in Bron Breakker? CM Punk strongly backs Logan Paul despite fan backlash. Logan Paul just earned the respect of one of wrestling's biggest names, and it came straight from CM Punk. While Logan has been praised by some and criticized by others, CM Punk took a surprisingly positive stance during an episode of What's for Lunch, explaining that Paul's presence in WWE isn't just working, it's profitable. And despite Punk's past as a wrestling purist, he admitted he's come around on the Maverick. "I mean, I think it's a benefit," Punk said when asked about internet stars like Logan entering wrestling. "I understand the criticisms, and I would probably be levying them heavy against him if I was CM Punk from like 10 years ago. But to see him take it seriously and want to do more, but the way the business is now, it's almost like, pump the brakes. You don't need to do more." CM Punk pointed out how everyone hates Logan Paul, and in the world of professional wrestling, that's actually a good thing since that's money. Everybody hates this dude, right? And I think that's one of the more admirable things about it, how much everybody hates him. Because in our business, that's a good thing. That's dollars. This comes after Stevie Richards went off on the Stevie Richards Show, where he said Logan Paul is better than everybody in AEW. Richards even name-dropped top names like Jon Moxley, Will Ospreay, and Swerve Strickland to make his point. I'm gonna say easy. Logan Paul is better than everybody in AEW. Jon Moxley, yes. Darby Allin. Will Ospreay, yes. Swerve Strickland, yes. Kenny Omega, Young Bucks, yes. Love him or absolutely hate him, Logan Paul keeps doing what few outsiders have done, gaining credibility inside the ring, and from legends outside of it. Seth Rollins returns. Seth Rollins is on hiatus from WWE. The Visionary suffered a real-life injury and was ousted by the Vision to write him off TV. As of now, there is no fixed timeline for the former World Heavyweight Champion's return. Let's look at 3 clear signs that suggest Rollins will be returning to WWE soon. It's crucial to note that the mystery man who emerged at Survivor Series War Games 2025 is using the curb stomp. The Visionary mainly uses this move, and it seems the black-hooded man is trying to frame the former Vision leader. Seth Rollins is even being discussed among fans as the potential mystery attacker. Considering this, it seems the return of Rollins is imminent. He could then expose the mystery man and assert that he was never behind the mask. Bron Breakker is set to lock horns with CM Punk in a World Heavyweight Championship match on Monday Night Raw on January 5th. The new big dog mocked the best in the world. In his recent promos, the former NXT champion also mocked Rollins, saying he was weak as he got defeated by the Second City Saint. Breakker also pointed out that he pinned Punk at War Games, which was a tough job for the Architect. So Bron Breakker targeting the Visionary seems to be another hint that Rollins is on his way back to WWE soon. In a recent appearance on The Rich Eisen Show, Seth Rollins talked about his injury and the road to recovery. The Visionary confirmed that he's on track and gave good news to the WWE Universe. The ex-Shield member said he was no longer wearing the brace, which shows he is progressing well. We're on track. Yeah, I got the brace off like last week, middle of last week. So, it was nice. It's nice to walk around like a regular person. I know there's a lot OG skepticism in your question, TJ, but you can consult my surgeon. I'm feeling all right. It's nice to be able to get around without the brace. I'll say that. We're on track, Rollins said. So, all these signs are enough to say that the WWE Universe may not have to wait very long to witness the return of Seth Rollins. Amid his injury hiatus, Seth Rollins recently made a public appearance alongside his wife, Becky Lynch. The husband-wife duo was spotted at the Los Angeles Lakers versus San Antonio Spurs NBA game. The man later took to X to post a photo from the game, where she seemingly cropped out her husband. In the picture, she can be seen talking to Jeannie Buss, the governor and minority owner of the Los Angeles Lakers. In the post's caption, Lynch highlighted that Jeannie was the most powerful woman in the NBA, according to ESPN, and together she and Jeannie made a dominant tag team. Big Time Bex also wrote that Buss liked her t-shirt that had Real IC Champ written on it. Jeannie is the most powerful woman in the NBA. ESPN says it. I'm the greatest of all time. Sports Illustrated says it. Together we make one dominant tag team. Thank you for validating my feelings about my current situation. Appalling. Justice must prevail. She also has a taste for fashion. She loved my shirt. Thank you for your support, Jeannie. BTB, she wrote.